You might want to sit up on something because we'll be seated for a little while, and being elevated can be really helpful. And we'll lengthen the spine, sitting up tall, reaching the crown toward the ceiling, dropping the sit bones down, feeling this open space in the abdomen and into the chest by lifting the sternum and allowing the shoulders to drop. Relax the face and the jaw. Close the eyes. We're going to take a moment to start a deep breath work. So right now, the belly's probably slightly contracted. You're going to relax the belly. And as you inhale, let the belly move out. And as you exhale slowly, at the end of the breath, draw the navel toward the spine. And inhale again, filling up. Slowly exhale, squeeze the air out, drawing the navel toward the spine. Again, inhale. And exhale. Squeeze the navel toward the spine. And again, inhale. And exhale. And then release the breath. We're going to do something called Kapalabhati breath. Some of you may know it. It's a forced exhale and a release for the inhale. So the exhale has a contraction, but you just let go of the contraction and then the air comes back in for the in-breath. And they're short breaths, they're not long. And the abdominals are going to contract to push the air out. And at the same time, you're going to push the air out through the nostrils like if a fly flew in and you want it out. So it looks like this. I'm going to place my hand on my belly because wearing the black doesn't really give you a clear picture. So as I inhale, I'm going to just do a half breath and then so we're going to give that a try. We'll do it very slowly. Inhale halfway. Exhale, contract. Release, inhale. Contract. Release, inhale. Contract. Release, inhale. Contract. Now the contraction is sort of like bracing yourself. Like if someone was going to deliver you a punch into the abdomen, you would contract to protect yourself. It's the same kind of action. We'll try to do this just a little bit quicker. We'll do 10 and then we'll rest, just for the introduction. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way. Inhale halfway. Exhale. 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 Exhale, 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 relax. So if you just relax from the exhale, the inhale will just come in. You don't even have to work at it. We'll take a deep breath and we'll let it out. And we'll inhale a 3/4 length breath. So we're just going to come almost full, but not all the way. And then you're going to hold the breath for 30 seconds. And exhale. Inhale a full breath. Exhale completely. Inhale halfway. And again, we'll do another 10. Exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale 3/4 full breath, so not all the way in. And then hold the breath for 30 seconds. Exhale. So we'll just leave it at the 2 rounds today. In the future, we'll do 3. And as we progress, we're going to do more than 10 pumps at a time. So eventually we'll move to 30 pumps, and then our length that we hold the breath will grow as well. So not all at once, gradually, not to worry. Hopefully you'll be able to maintain this mundane class for a while so that we can advance. So we're just going to warm up the neck, drop the chin down. We're going to take about 5 breaths between the shoulder blades. You want the full weight of the head dropping. And then bring the head up, and we're going to drop the right ear over the right shoulder, really feeling the length on the left side. Let that left shoulder drop away, both shoulders dropping away. Deep breaths. And then drop the chin down. Swing the left ear over the left shoulder. And now relax both shoulders, breathing deeply. And then we'll swing the chin down to the chest. Inhale, right ear over right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear over left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, over right. Exhale, down. Inhale, over left. And exhale, down. And lift the head back up. Inhale the arms up over the head. Interlace the fingers, reach up and lift. And as you lift, we're going to bend over to one side. A few deep breaths. Coming back up. Bend over to the other side. Coming up. Palms together, bend the elbows. Touch the spine with the thumbs and press the head against the forearms, pushing the elbows up. Deep breaths. And then bring the arms down behind the back, clasping the elbows or the forearms. So we're hugging our arms with the hands, letting the shoulders drop away from the ears, chest lifts. Deep breaths. And then we'll turn this into a prayer pose behind the back. So you're going to slide your arms apart and have your palms facing down. So I'll show you this way. Palms are facing down, and your fingertips are going to attempt to touch. If this is too challenging, you're going to, pile the hands one on top of the other. But if you can, you're going to bring the fingertips up the back as far as your shoulders and your elbows and your wrists will allow. So we'll hold this for a little bit longer, being more like a yin posture. In these Yin Yang classes, I like to start with some Yin, move into some movement and strength based, and then finish with Yin. It's hard to blend them one after the other without having some kind of either negative effect on the body or no benefit at all. So this is the way that I like to do the Yin Yang classes. So we're just going to be patient at the beginning with the stretches, and then we'll get into some movement. Breathing deeply, filling up toward the upper chest. Just play with the neck a little bit here too. You might find you can get into an area in the shoulders when you move the head. Okay, just a few more breaths here. And then we'll slowly slide the hands down the back and bring them on top of the thighs, palms facing up, not moving them at all, resting here. We're going to do a little side bending and also leg stretching before we get moving. So we're going to come off the block, and you might want to have a blanket around to put under a foot or an ankle. We're going to start off with the left leg extended out to the side. And we're going to need maybe a block. If you don't have a block, that's okay. You can use your hand on the floor or on your shin. We're going to rotate the chest toward the bent knee and lean toward the straight knee. We're not going to be here as long as in an intense Yin class, but we're going to get some side opening going on. I'm going to inhale and reach that right arm long toward that left foot and keep the chest rotated up. Breathing deeply. Sometimes the neck is not sure how to hold the head. So you can, if you're able to, bend that left arm and just support the head with your fingers. Really drop that right sit bone so we're feeling this length going on in here. And if you're able to, you're going to bring that hand back and open the chest even more toward the ceiling. Keep dropping the right sit bone. Okay, bring that right arm down. We're going to place one hand on either side of the left leg, and we're going to rotate the chest to face the left leg. Now this is where we come toward, you know this stretch, this one we've done since we were in school. And you're just going to lean toward that left leg, dropping the head, rounding the back, and hanging out here just for about a minute. Let's take about 3 more deep breaths. And then push yourself back up, and we'll switch the legs. So maybe you'll need a block. I like to use one, even though I could probably go here. It seems more gentle to start with something just a little higher than that. So we're going to rotate the chest toward the bent knee and lean toward the straight knee, the right leg, and we're going to rotate the chest up and take a few deep breaths here. And then extend that left arm over the head, reaching toward the right foot. You may not get very far, that's fine. We're just trying to lengthen the left side, drop that left sit bone, rotate the chest up. And then maybe reach that left arm back, opening up the chest even more. And then we're going to bring that left arm down and rotate the chest to face the right leg. And then we're going to hinge forward. And take about 3 more deep breaths. And then slowly push yourself up. And we'll pause here for a moment. Okay, so now we're going to come into plow. It's a really important pose, and if you can do it every day, you should. So we're going to lie down on the mat, swing your legs up over the head, press the hands into the floor, lift the legs, shimmy the shoulders under the back, and place the hands on the back, letting the weight of the body rest in the elbows. If your elbows are far, that's very hard to do. So bring them as close under you as you can, and then let the legs drop. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, and breathe deeply. Let's walk the feet over to the right side. And over to the left side. Even if they're not on the floor, just wherever you are, up here is fine. Just swing them over. And then walk them back to center. Put the hands on the floor, rolling out slowly. Bring the knees to the chest. Give them a hug. I'm going to do a little abdominal work before we get moving into some other strength-based exercises. So place the hands on the thighs with the fingers touching the knees. Keep your low back pressed into the mat. When you push with your hands, resist with the legs. So it's really the abdominals that are doing the resisting, not the legs. So I'm going to push, exhale, but I'm not going to let them go anywhere. And release, inhale, exhale, push, inhale, release, exhale, push, inhale, release, exhale, push, inhale, release, exhale, push, and release, and push, and release, and push as hard as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug the knees to the chest. So let's bring the hands behind the head, and we're going to extend the right leg. And you're going to lift your right elbow to touch your left knee. And then bring it down. Switch the legs and switch the elbow and knee. And down and switch. And switch. And switch. Keep going, breathing. And switch. And switch. And switch. A couple more times. One more each leg. And rest. Take a few deep breaths. From here we're going to press into the feet. So you want the feet parallel, about, thigh bone width apart. So however far apart your thighs are as they come out from the hip sockets. Press down into the feet, lift the hips, interlace the fingers, shimmy the shoulders under the back. We're going to be here for a few breaths. You're going to come down an inch and up, down, up. Down, up. Good. Breathe. Down, up, up, up. Squeeze the butt. Up, 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 up. And last one, holding. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the hands. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Hug the knees to the chest. From here, you can rock a little bit if you like. Then we're going to hug under the knees and roll forward and back along the length of the spine. Keep the back as round as it can be in order to make this more pleasant and also more effective. All right, and then we're going to come up And we'll just do a little wrist warm up. Hands together, interlace the fingers, roll the wrists. Stretch them out in front of you, tuck the thumbs in, wrap the fingers, and then roll the wrists. Keep the elbows straight, hugging the thumbs with the fingers. And go the other way. And then bring the fingertips toward the floor, and then bring the palms down. And if they don't touch, that's fine. If they're touching all the way, you're going to bend your elbows back to create more of a stretch. So we're going to feel this in the fingers, the wrists, and the forearms. A few more breaths. And then we'll peel slowly. Just in this, we're not coming all the way off, we're just getting more in the fingers, we're still breathing. Peel back a little more. And then all the way back, let the hands rest on the thighs for a moment. And then we can come onto the hands and the knees. So if you have sensitive knees, place a blanket on the mat. Of course, we're going to do a little cat and cow, arching and looking up. Inhale. Exhale, round and tuck the pelvis and the chin. Inhale, up, looking up. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. So here we're going to bring the right leg up and arch, lifting the head and the foot towards each other, even though they probably aren't going to touch. And then we're going to bend the back, rounding it, bringing the knee toward the forehead. Inhale, arch, looking up. Exhale, round, knee to forehead. Inhale, arch, looking up. Exhale, knee to forehead. And then we'll do the other side. Left leg up and round. Arch and round. Arch and round, and bring it down. Now we'll reach the right arm forward and the left leg back. Breathing. And bring it down. Inhale, switch and lift. And bring it down. Inhale, switch and lift. Bring it down and switch and lift. Good, bring it down, turn your toes under. Sit back, don't move your hands, breathe. Stretching out the backs of the toes. And then we'll push back into downward dog. So lifting the hips and the heels toward the floor. Pressing into the hands, reaching long through the arms. We're going to swing forward into plank for a few breaths. And then back again, downward dog. And forward. Back. And forward. And back. And this time we're going to step the right foot forward, bring the left knee down. Keep the left hand down on the floor and reach back with the right hand, letting the hips sink, breathing deeply. even grabbing that back foot. Bring it down, hands to the floor, step back into plank. Knees, belly, chest, or however you wish to come down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg steps forward, bring your back knee down. Keep the right hand down, reach the left hand back. Make sure you're not sinking into the shoulder, but lifting out. And maybe you can bend the back leg. And release, stepping back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up toward the ceiling, and we're going to step between the hands, coming into a runner's lunge. Breathing. Make sure you tuck the pelvis here, you're not sinking in. And then we're going to do a couple of bends in the back knee. So bring the back knee down and up. Down and up. Down, up. A couple more. Down, up. Down, up, and down, hands to the floor. Now we're going to keep the back knee down and straighten the front leg. Then we'll swing that right leg back, coming into plank. You can make this harder for yourself by coming into side plank if you like. Right now, I'm just going to hold solid plank for this particular class. And exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting the left leg. Stepping between the hands, coming into runner's lunge. Holding. Keeping your eyes on a steady point. Does help the balance. And then we're going to bend the back knee, bring it down and up. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. One more. And bring the back knee down, hands to the floor, straighten the front leg. Deep breaths. Okay, let's bring that left leg back. So we're going to flow again in a minute, but right now we're going to do a little arm work. You're going to point your fingers towards each other. You're going to bend your elbows out. You're going to sink your chest down toward the floor, but not necessarily too close. You want to make sure your shoulders can manage this. So you're going to come maybe halfway to begin, and you're going to slide through and up and back. Exhale. Inhale, coming through and up. Exhale, back. Again, inhale, maybe coming a little lower. Exhale, back. Inhale, slide through. And back. Two more. And up. And back into downward dog, lifting the hips. Heels down, breathing deeply. We're going to inhale, lift the right leg, and then we'll step it forward between the hands, coming into high lunge. Pushing into that right heel. Bring the palms together. We're going to twist. So bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, pressing into the palms and twisting back. Good, breathing. Hands back to the floor, stepping back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up. Steps between the hands, coming into high lunge. Palms together, we're going to twist to the left now. Bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Press into the hands. Twist the torso. Hands to the floor, stepping back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're going to step, lifting first the right leg. We're going to step between the hands. We're going to come into warrior two. Your back foot's coming down. You're coming up into warrior two. Breathing here, bending that front knee. Bring your forearm to your thigh, sweep your left arm way up over the ear. Exalted warrior. Windmill the arms down. Step back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg reaches up toward the ceiling. Steps between the hands. And then lift up. Bend that front knee. Push into the outer edge of that back foot. Good. And then bring your forearm to your thigh. Sweep your left arm long. Sweeping in the opposite direction. Lifting the left arm. And then coming down. Back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And then walk your feet towards your hands. And we'll hang out here for a few breaths. I'm going to bend the knees deeply and come into chair pose. I'm going to hold chair for just a little while, breathing. And then hinge forward, back into forward bend. Again, we're going to bend the knees, coming into chair pose. Breathing deeply, not allowing the low back to arch. So you're kind of making this flat by pointing the tailbone down, and you need to tilt the pelvis slightly. Breathe. And hinging down into forward bend. Then we're going to bend the knees and we're going to come into squat. So I'll do it a little bit sideways so that the angle is a little bit more appealing. you're going to have your feet wide and your toes pointing out. You don't want your toes further out than your knees, like so, because this is damaging to the knee. So just as far open as you can get your knees, have your toes pointing out there. Bring the elbows to the insides of the thighs or knees. Press the hands together into prayer pose, and we'll take deep breaths. Keep dropping the tailbone down toward the floor. A few more deep breaths. And then we'll release from the pose, come down onto the mat, come to lie down on your back, bring your knees with you. Give them a hug. And we're going to lower the knees over to the left side, so opening up the arms. And or you can just have the left hand holding the top knee and the right arm extended, dropping that right shoulder, breathing deeply into the back. If you want, you can wrap the top leg around the bottom leg like you're cross-legged in a chair. Take 5 more breaths here. And then you're going to unravel the legs, bring the knees back into the chest immediately and roll onto your back. Give them a hug. And when you're ready, release the legs over to the right side, perhaps holding the top knee with the right hand and extending the left arm out, letting that left shoulder drop. Breathing deeply into the back. If you want, you can wrap your top leg around your bottom leg. So give it 5 more deep breaths. And then unravel the legs, bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug as you roll onto your back. So here you have the option to come just into Shavasana or into constructive rest with the knees dropping in and the feet on the floor, or you can come into a supported bridge, which is my favorite way to finish a class, especially an active class. So you're just going to slide the block or a folded blanket underneath your pelvis, and so that the low back is not touching anything, it's just the pelvis. Arms out to the sides, knees dropping in, feet wide on the mat, breathing deeply into the back. Relax the jaw, soften the facial muscles. Allow the eyes to be heavy in their sockets. And stay with the breath. Start to deepen the breath. Rock the head gently from side to side. Hug the knees to the chest even if you're on a prop. See if you can move the prop out without bringing your feet to the floor. And then we'll roll to one side. And then slowly push yourself up, rounding the back, letting the head hang. And we're going to close with 3 ohms. And if you like, you can place your hands into Chin Mudra, which is thumb and index tips touching, bringing you and the universe together in harmony. Or you can put your hands in any other mudra you like. Sitting up tall, take a deep breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.